Once upon a time, in the high mountains of Wales, there lived a beautiful princess. Her name was Monacella. Everyone loved her for her kind and gentle nature. She visited people when they were ill, took food for them, and ate with them. If she met a sad child, she would tell stories to cheer them up. Whenever Monacella found an injured animal, she would take it to her castle, bandage its wounds, and look after it until it was well again. In fact, her kindness would reflect on her face, making her even more beautiful. As Monacella grew up, her kindness and gentleness spread all over the land. Many princes came to her father asking for her hand in marriage. One of these princes had a big castle and a large army to fight for him. Monacella's father thought,
My daughter should marry this prince, as he is rich and powerful. He could help me fight my enemies and expand my kingdom.
So the king sent for his daughter and told her that she must marry the prince. Monacella was sad as she did not want to marry the prince. She did not want to lead her life with a prince who was always fighting and conquering other kingdoms. She went into her room and thought, I will run away to a lovely and quiet place where people live in harmony with each other and animals are loved and cared for. I will serve them forever. So, that night she packed her bags and quietly crept out of the castle. She wandered in the countryside for a long time until finally she reached a small stream where she found a cave. Monacella started living in that cave by herself. She was able to survive on the stream water and wild berries. Soon, people from the valley found her and made friends with her. So, Monacella began caring for the children and people who were sick. The people of the valley loved her dearly because of her gentle and kind nature. Birds and animals too became Monacella's friends. The little brown wrens, robins, and sparrows all loved her. Weasels, foxes, badgers, and hares all popped out of the bushes to greet her whenever she passed by. One morning, a small brown hare was hopping around when suddenly it heard a sound that frightened it. It stood up on its hind legs and sniffed to smell the approaching danger. It could smell the scent of wild dogs. The lord of the valley was hunting and his dogs were after the hare. The hare dashed through the green valley and thought, If only I can find Monacella, shall I be safe? The poor little hare soon got tired of running so far and so fast. The trees, the fields, and even the wind whispered, Monacella, where are you? Someone is in trouble. Suddenly there was a rustle in the grass, and the sweet voice of Monacella spread across the woods. She said, God bless the creatures of the woods who brought the message of the hare to me. Now the hare was safe in Monacella's protection. The young lord soon followed his dogs to the spot where the hare was. He pushed his way through the bushes and suddenly stopped to see a beautiful lady sitting on top of a rock. In her arms was a little brown hare, and all the lord's wild dogs were sitting in a circle around her feet. When the lord of the valley saw Monacella, he understood what happened. He felt happy that the hare was safe.
Lady, I don't know who you are, but I know that you are kind, gentle, and good,
he said while taking off his hat and bowing at her.
As you love all animals and birds,
he said,
I present to you this valley as a gift. You have created a sanctuary for these birds and animals. Now, no one will ever haunt or set traps in this part of the valley again.
As he turned to leave, he ordered his dogs to follow him. The dogs licked Monacella's hand one last time and then trotted away. The little hare sat at her feet, no longer afraid of the big dogs. After that day, nobody was allowed to haunt in that part of the valley. Monacella lived in peace as she had wished, along with all the animals and birds of the valley.